Welcome again to the 6th annual Advancing Education Muslim Societies Conference or Symposium. My name is Ilham Nasser. I'm the Director of the Human Development Program at IIIT and part of the initiative on advancing education in Muslim societies. And partner, of course, IIIT is in partnership with this symposium with the American University. For the past 2 years, we had this symposium with the Indiana University School of Philanthropy. They had an education conference and we were part of it. That's why this is our 6th. The last 2 years, we had it virtually, we had it online. So we are really happy to be here in person. I do mean that, to see so many familiar faces and newer ones and people who I haven't seen other than being on Zoom. So this is the time when we're gonna move on with our program for tonight, and we will have greetings from our president, Dr. Hisham Altalib, followed by greetings from our vice president, Dr. Ahmed Alwani, and then I will introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Nuran Davids, who we are so thrilled she's with us this week. We had lots of meaningful conversations and events with her, and we're happy she was able to join us from Cape Town, South Africa. So this is the program for tonight, and we will start with the greeting from Dr. Hisham. You want to be on the podium?
I am very happy indeed to address you tonight, in this 6th annual symposium of advancing education in Muslim societies. Thank you, American University's International Training and Education Program, for collaborating with us and hosting us for this esteemed gathering. The International Institute of Islamic Thought, IIIT, some people call us Trouble IT, was established in 1981 by 7 founders: Ismail al-Farouqi, Abdul Hamid Abu Sulaiman, Taha Jabir al-Alwani, the father of Ahmed, the father of his son Ahmed, Dr. Ahmed. Datu Sri Anwar Ibrahim from Malaysia, Dr. Ahmed Tutunji, Dr. Jamal Barzinchi, and last and least, Hisham Altalib. We focused on 2 words: reformation and renewal. Reformation, Islah, taken from the Quran. In uridu illa al-islah, I want nothing but Islah, reformation, and renewal, tajdeed, renewal, taken from hadith of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, of Islamic thought, while being grounded in our intellectual history. For more than 40 years, IIIT has been a voice for moderation, diversity, and modernity in Islamic thought, with an emphasis on concepts such as coexistence and building the capacity of communities to address their common goal and local challenges. Today, IIIT is the voice of the Muslim intellectual tradition and a champion for scholarship, knowledge, and learning in Muslim societies across the world. You know, we spoke about the founders, the 7. In 1981, we identified the problem of the Muslim world as they are divided into 2 separate camps: the secular camp and the Orthodox traditionalist camp. They don't speak to each other. They use different vocabulary. They don't understand each other. And both of them have been a failure up to now. Why? Because both of them are actually a phenomenon of al-taqlid al-a'ma, blind imitation. And you cannot progress with blind imitation. Al-taqlid al-a'ma. So we recognized early on the importance of education in our objective of training intellectual revival among Muslims. We realized that the best vehicle for lasting transportation was the reform of education in Muslim societies, from family education to school education to higher education. Because I'm an electrical engineer, I call it triple E, electronic and electrical engineering, meaning education, education, and education. Iqra, iqra, and iqra. And we actually emphasize, normally you are all education. We are in the area of educational faculty, department, and so on. So we focus on education, and this is the way to go for hoping for transformation, inshallah. So we added this parenting phenomenon training necessary because it's the first and I think the most important education that we get in our lives. In addition to contributing to various universities, including the International Islamic University of Malaysia, IIUM, we organized a committee devoted to the reform of education and held our first international conference in Turkey in 2016. Our work later developed into the ongoing Advancing Education in Muslim Society, AEMS, AEMS project, where we expanded from higher education to include K-12 schooling as well. AEMS has become our main focus to achieve the Institute's vision of thriving Muslim societies through transformative learning, social development, and personal growth, both in the formal and non-formal sector. As you know, the overwhelming majority of Muslim literature research is actually on the intellectual scholarship, scholarly, philosophical aspects, which is a must. However, AEMS want to add this data collection, statistical data to collect and complement the theoretical with the field research of education. So we have conducted two multi-site waves of field research calling Mapping the Terrain, where we gather data from youth, teachers, parents, university students, and instructors in 15 countries across the world. We have also disseminated our findings through academic publications and briefs, along with giving back to our research sites through an international contest called Commit to Community, CC, Commit to Community. I am told that some of the presentations, inshallah, during this symposium, will also present data analysis from the Mapping the Terrain studies, and I look forward to hearing them. In addition, we launched the GEM, Journal of Education in Muslim Society, JEMS, in 2018, and I am pleased to see that both of our co-editors are present here today, Dr. Ilham Nasser and Dr. Nuran Davids. I would like to welcome the presenters, both virtual and in person, to this year's symposium. It is wonderful to be able to attend this event in person this year, alhamdulillah. The exchange of ideas and the sharing of research are extremely important and urgent endeavors. I look forward to hearing from you and learning from you this weekend, inshallah. Thank you to everyone who has dedicated themselves to making the symposium a success. And once again, we are grateful to American University for parenting with us, for partnering with us, because I am, obsessed with parenting. That's the original. Mothers is the original of our education. Partnering with us. We are hopeful that this is the beginning of a very long collaboration between IIIT and American University. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless America, and may Allah bless me as well. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Dr. Hisham, and now with Dr. Ahmed Alwani.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wanted first of all, of course, to thank Lizzie, who is our host here, and American University staff and faculty, School of Education, our triple IT folks who worked on this for quite some time, and also to recognize Dr. Hisham, the president of Triple IT, for his support for this project since the start. The board of Triple IT, who actually approved this budget, for the program when we started it, and without which, of course, this program would have not happened. I tell you this story of AEMS, Advancing Education in Muslim Societies, where it started. Since I'm kind of familiar with it, we've heard from Dr. Hisham about Triple IT in general, and also about AEMS and what it aims to do, I guess. So I just tell you the story behind how it happened. It actually started right here on this floor when Cynthia Miller-Idris used to be the associate dean of the School of Education, and I was introduced to her by Amr Abdullah at the time, who used to work as a full-time researcher at Triple IT. So we came here to a room that I think probably just around the corner from this floor, and we had what we call the summer retreat. And it was mainly a day-long discussion about what actually advancing education in Muslim society need, and the meaning of education in this context, and what it actually, what do we want to focus on? So then Cynthia in particular, I remember, came up with or coined the term that's called the third space, education in the third space. And her view was first space is, education and training for skills and for the marketplace, more or less. And then the second education was mainly as liberal education. And the third space was more for human development and for progress in life, and the fact that educating a person is really preparing that person for life, more or less. So it includes also who that person is and the different roles that we play, not only preparation for the marketplace and for a job, but actually preparation for life. And we took this concept to heart and tried to work on it to develop AEMS as a research project initially. So we started, first of all, we thought that, the focus, obviously, was the project Advancing Education in Muslim Society anyway, was sitting within an organization that devoted itself to advancing education in general sense in the Muslim world. Or in Muslim majority countries. So we chose Muslim communities mainly as being the focus that would transcend the traditional definition of the Muslim world being, just Muslim majority countries. So we really span all of the spectrum, including, that means, this includes the Muslim education, schools and otherwise in this country, in the US, and also in Europe and in different places in the world. So this opened up the geographic, at least part of our research. And then Ilham, of course, joined us early on in the project. We worked almost a year to choose the values that we are going to focus on and how we're going to conduct it and what's important, what's not important, until we came to the point where the initial research projects was designed. I don't want to take a lot of time for the class start. I know I'm not going to do that, but I was really kind of in an awe moment when I looked at it. It's the sixth annual symposium, so it's been 6 years. I was about to say when I met Cynthia first here, it was back in 2018, right before COVID and all of that. But then when I looked at sixth annual, I thought, well, it must have been 2016 when we initially met. And then, of course, Liz afterwards was introduced to the project. She's been a great partner all along. And I'm sure a lot of support that went into the project. And I'm so happy and thrilled to be here because it seems like, we're back to where we started. Not to say anything against Indiana University, but I'd rather be here in DC than be in Indianapolis. And thank you very much for your time, and thanks for coming. Friday night made me feel sorry about myself, and when you said, thank you very much.